Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm your host, Buckning, and today we are going to go through the portfolio, give you the update, show you the purchases we made this past week, update the dividend tracker on trackyourdividends.com, and also show you guys how the performance of the portfolio is. And so if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is where we put $100 a week into a tax-free savings account to build a dividend portfolio right in front of your eyes. And if you're not new, welcome back. So as you can see here, on the day of Friday, closing the week out at $18,721.68, down $60.84, down 0.32%. For the 1 week, we were down $196.20, down 1.04%. For the 1 month, we were down $196.65, down 1.04%. For the 3 months, we were up $86.22, up 0.46%. For the 1 year, we are down $21.14, down 0.11%. And for the all, since starting this portfolio, we are up $1,180.73, up 6.73%. As we go down, we want to look at the fractional buys for the Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF, ticker symbol VFV, closing out at $102.03. We were up 0.09 cents, up 0.09%. Total position value of 21 and a half shares, total position value of $2,200 roughly. Our average price of getting is $94.80, and it holds about 11.81% of the portfolio. So every single week we do a fractional buy, and the fractional buy in VFV is 0.2445 of a share, and we bought it at $102.23. And so that's every single week. And then of course, our other purchase, why we put $100 in, of course, is Apple, ticker symbol APPL, closing out at $180.96, up 39 cents on the day, up 0.22%. We now have 1.5 shares. Total position value of $277.48. Average price getting in is $178.86, and it holds about 2.03% of the portfolio. Today's return is completely off because when you do fractional buys, it messes with the numbers a little bit, so we just leave it for now. And so I'll show you the buy here as we go down. And some people might be thinking, why am I buying Apple at this price? Or you know, there's bull cases and bear cases on everything, and it is what it is. But I thought I could inject some growth into this portfolio, which I'm going to do over a short period of time here. And so, as you can see here, I did buy a fractional buy of Apple, submitted $100 there. We were able to purchase 0.4076 of a share at $181.71 per share, and it cost us $74 US. Exchange rate was 1.3581. Total cost for us was $100.59. Now Apple doesn't offer this huge dividend, but I can vouch for this, is that they have a stable dividend and they will always continue to pay. They won't have troubles paying that dividend, unlike other companies who have, you know, dividends in their companies that get cut. It may not be large, but I can say this about a company, is that when it's a company like Apple or a big, just a massive company that has no problem paying the dividend, coming out of their free cash flow, it's a good thing. And it might not be a high dividend, like a 7% dividend, but like I said, got to inject some growth in this portfolio. And so that's what I'm going to do. And that's that. So those are the purchases last week there. And we have 91 cents in the cash account, as you can see. And yeah, we'll head over to trackyourdividends.com to show you guys where the dividend stands so far. So as you can see here, this is without the updated positions. 4.09% is the portfolio yield if you build the portfolio I built that I have today or last week there. Our yield on cost is 4.33%. Annual incomes for dividends comes in at $759 per year, of course, divided by quarterly. That's your average. Next, we'll head over to the updated positions. As you can see on the screen here, portfolio yield dropped to 4.07%. Yield on cost as well dropped from 4.33 to 4.31. Annual income, $760 for the year. So increased by $1 from $759. And that is with the updated positions with the fractional buy of the Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF, VFE, and then also the fractional buy of Apple. Next, we'll head over to ShareSite. And this one I do enjoy using because it takes everything into factor: dividends, capital gains, foreign exchange or currency exchange, because we do hold US positions in this tax-free savings account. So as you can see here on the screen here, capital gains up $44.71, up 0.24%. Dividends are at $318.24, up 1.7%. Currency gain down $56.45, down 0.3%, and that's because we do hold three positions that are in the US, and not a big deal. So total return for us is $306.50, taking all those things into factor, which gives us a performance of 1.64%. Now that is not the greatest performance, and I'm not some crazy investor who's trying to benchmark 7% or beat an index. I know the Vanguard S&P 500 index ETF VFE has, I think, done 9% this year, and we're at 1.64. And so this is where the growth kind of like comes into play for me. I'm going to add a little bit more growth to this portfolio, but as well taking into consideration the dividends that these companies will pay. So a little bit of mix of both, and this is part of investing. And so it's not easy to make that decision. It's easy to be home biased. It's easy to be very picky about certain companies that pay a certain amount of dividends, but you don't want to chase that. You want to go back to fundamentals of the company. You want to look at things like the PE ratios, the enterprise value of the company. You want to look at their balance sheets. You want to look at the financials, because all these big companies provide them. And then it helps you make a decision on whether or not that is a company worth paying that price in the future for future earnings. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye.